On the fight against the menace of rape, which is bedeviling the state, a total of 140 suspected rapists were arrested in the 87 reported cases, and all were charged to court for prosecution. We are synergizing with traditional rulers, religious leaders, and other stakeholders to ensure that we bring to the barest minimum this ugly reoccurrence of incidents of rape in the state. And we assure you very soon the situation will dwindle.
Conclude this section of the ceremony. Therefore,
yeah, the law have been signed by the governor, and I think the punishment now is more severe than before. But I told you the problem is the institutions. We have everything on ground, but the institutions, are they ready to work? Are they willing to? Can they respect that law? That's the problem. If let's say the police, the civil society, the courts, and even the community are ready, then this thing will be very easy for us. But to some extent, there are some levels that some certain of people came in trying to deny some part of the people their rights, especially the community. They can come down to the police station seeking for a rapist to be free. The community, can you imagine? So there are a lot of institutional decay. And even with the community, there is need for a lot of sensitization. Before, the law needs a repeal, therefore we advocate for the repeal of the law. And thank God now, the punishment is now more severe than before. And we hope they will put this law in place, because we are having an institutional decay everywhere. A rape case can happen. By law, it's supposed to be taken to the court in 72 hours, just 2-3 days. The case is supposed to be in court. But in some places, because of the issue of proximity, this is what we heard from the institutions. Proximity limits prosecution in good time. But to some extent, you see so many cases that are very close to get justice, but still you can hear the issue of proximity. But I feel as humans, we can have ways that we can solve such problems. It's only synergy. We now need synergy between the institutions so that we can have something tangible for this rapist. Gender-based violence is everywhere. It's everywhere, in the villages, in the cities, and everywhere. You know, naturally in this part of the country or this society, especially we women, we are determined to be the vulnerables. We are the least privileged. We are denied so many rights, especially economic and political rights. Therefore, it's very easy for a woman to get harassed in many forms. I think gender-based violence is even happening even in the offices. where the elites are. Even the elites women face GBV everywhere in the house. Even if you go to the market, you face GBV. So it's everywhere.
Well, actually, according to my own understanding, I used to analyze these rape cases and gender, what do you call it? Gender, yes. I used to attribute it to illiteracy, or at times some of our people here in Katsina State, especially we are predominantly Islamic state, so they used to abandon their children without taking care of them. So that's why I attributed to illiteracy, actually. So you can find out in so many ways that is a rampant divorce in our marriages. So once a woman is divorced by her husband, he used to leave the children to take care of them. He don't want to take care of his children. He don't want to maintain them as provided by Islam. So that's why some of our people used to abuse those children. So that's why I just attribute these acts because of illiteracy, actually.
And in our law, we had codified that any rape that is committed, the culprits would be liable to a life imprisonment. But where it occasions death, then it is death sentence. In addition to payment of certain amount of money to the victim. So this is the stand of our state, and this is the law that has been passed, and this is the law that will be implemented.
Well, as a prosecutor and the Minister of Justice, we have a lot of rape cases in the state. A lot of girls are being raped, but we are doing our best to prosecute the men that are behind the cases. And we have secured a lot of convictions on rape cases in Katsina State, and we are still prosecuting cases of rape in Katsina State. The percentage is very high in Katsina State.
Can you tell us the rationale behind this?
Well, at times I see some as poverty. Some they rape cases for rituals. Some they do it for pleasure. So there are a lot of factors behind rape cases. Well, my advice is that women should stand up. They should go to school. They should demand or ask for their rights, equality, gender equality in Nigeria.
I think I'll call on the law enforcement agents and the prosecutors to find a way of giving maximum protection to women if they testify. There are so many ways a woman can testify without really disclosing her real identity. I think I don't know the court procedure, whether our courts will have this, what you call in the cap, only so that a woman cannot be identified. It is important that women come out. Because unless you come out, you will never know the rapist. You will never know. It is only when you raise alarm that is the problem. I assure you that government is with you 100%. You know, however, one of the problems which you need to talk to women about, if you are raped and you know the person who raped you and you kept quiet, you are allowing him to rape another woman.
Yes.
But if you raise alarm and he is apprehended or arrested by the police, have the courage. Forget about the stigma. Testify. Because the problem also the law enforcement agents are having is that people are either ashamed, afraid, or for whatever reason don't want to come out and give evidence. Some may feel that a girl that has been raped may not get a marriage, a husband again, if she comes out to say it, that she has been raped. But again, most of the bandits living in the forest or forest area, and they, in fact, even in the cities and the towns, those who are prone to raping women, they are more prone to infectious diseases.
Girma gwamna tawaga ce wanda suke manya da kuma ma'aikata na kamfanoni. It was the closing prayer.